A few people have asked us about going live from the Royal Show. Sorry it's so late. It was so packed today. We came on Saturday. I don't know if you've seen the videos. It wasn't too bad. Mrs. Scooby was in the wheelchair. So Saturday night was a little bit before us because it made it easy to manoeuvre around. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed the videos that we've done. We're really grateful for everybody who's subscribed to us. The channel has just popped pretty much in the last 7 days, ever since we did the media event. We've picked up, I think it's around 35 subscribers just in about 7 days. I think it's around 80 for the last 3 weeks. Comments has been unbelievable. Love the feedback, love communicating with everyone, love the fact that everybody's willing to talk and help everybody else out with anything that's been asked or said and done. If you haven't been to the show, please do. The speeds were $25. They've dropped it to $20. Someone said Power Rage was 25, it's not, it's 12. Locally owned ride Sizzler, maybe it doesn't look as flash as Cyclone, but that's only $10 a ride. Some places are offering, I think it's $15 a ride or 2 for $25. We're going to do a loop around Sideshow Alley. If anybody doesn't know, the showgrounds had a bit of a setback today. Telstra network went down. As a result, FPOS wasn't working. People couldn't get cash out because the ATMs were down. So, but we got here about 7 o'clock, I think it was tonight, and it could hardly move. It was that packed. So good to see people have started to come and enjoy the event. As you would have seen from our sneak peek videos, basically for almost 2 weeks it's been set up. Spoken to a few of the showmen, and even though it's not just been on that long, they're starting to get a bit tired. They work hard. If you don't notice, if you watch some of our videos, the setups of the rides, even the sneak peeks, you'll actually see the workers doing the work, setting up the rides. Usually the workers actually running the rides when it actually goes. So they are working constantly on the rides. If you hadn't seen, we got a in our ride review video, sneak peek number 6, I think it was. We got to ride the Ferris wheel at night, and you can see the showgrounds. Other than Enchanted Circus, it's just in the dark. It was very, very eerie. Okay, it's going to get loud down here. And it has fizzled out. It was literally shoulder to shoulder last time we come down here at 7 o'clock. Fireworks went off and everybody acted like a seagull, flopped off.
Alrighty, we're going to get started there.
Aviator is popular. I guess since we haven't had Starfire for a while. Midnight Express is always popular. Always. Now, do we go left or right? I think we might go right. It's a bit more full on. Actually, we'll just go over here. We do have some video I've got to put up from tonight. So like the Aviator, $15 a ride, or 2 for $25, EFT available. what we got here. Midnight Express is $12. And we see a ticket on the Skymaster. $9 a ride for the Skymaster. I was watching the power surge earlier, and they have signs up saying don't have loose items, don't have loose coins, don't have phones, etc. Somebody had a whole lot of crap fall out of their pockets, and it made a right ruckus hitting the floor. Alibaba. Alibaba's $12 a ride. My wife and I are really appreciative of everybody that's watched our videos and subscribed. $12 for Top Gun. And it's too cold for a splashdown at this time of night. $12 for Gravitron. Great video we have of that. The owner is a great person and his work is great too. Power Surge, as I said, $12. Owners are terrific people. Scaryscooby's lucky that he's actually got a repertoire, a friendship to a certain extent with the showmen and women of Western Australia. Drift 2 bumper cars, Dodgems, $12. We'll try and find Dr. Scary, see what price that is. Actually, I need you to go and check that out. See if you can find my tag. I was privileged a year ago to put my tags in there. Dr. Scary's is $10, Crazy Cloud $9, or $16 if you want to do both. That's good value. Dr. Scary's, I do have in my sneak peeks. I went through backwards because I didn't want to spoil the effect, and because I didn't know what to expect, I was bricking it. I mean, there was no scare actors, half of the effects weren't going, and it was so loud and scary, it really was. But yeah, Scaryscooby is tagged in there and basically fake blood, and there's also a medical thing in there that we donated, it's been put in there too. I haven't seen it in person. It is in pictures on our Facebook page. V1 and 2, even at $20 a ticket. It's been going pretty much all night. East Coaster, West Coaster. Another one, $13 a ticket or 2 for $25. So he's still saving some money. Manager, I believe his name was Darren, top guy. He allowed me to video that while he was cleaning the cars and getting them to rotate around. Thanks also to Cliffhanger, $12, another West Australian ride. Cyclone, $12. And the other thing that I've noticed, a normal cycle on most rides is around 2.5 to 3 minutes. Most of them I've got so far tonight have been around the 4+ minute mark. So you're getting value for money, definitely. Everyone's favourite, the bumper cars. This one is West Australian owned, $12 a ride. Allows for 2 riders a car. Gee whiz, West Australian owned, $12 a ride. And for anyone who doesn't know, and anyone old enough that may know, if you go to Scarborough, to where Coles is at the beach there, it's called Luna Park or Luna Shopping or something like that. Back in the day, this is back in the day even before my day, there used to be Luna Park Scarborough, West Australia. That ride actually used to be transportable and was put there among other places. So a bit of history there. Okay, the Rage. This is not West Australian owned, but it is stored here in West Australia. It only has one event every year, and that is the Perth Royal Show. That's its only function in life, is to satisfy everybody in Western Australia. Last year, because of COVID, it didn't come. Well, it was already here, but they couldn't come over and put it together. The rate is $15, or again, you can get two for $25. You and your mate, you and your girlfriends, you're going on twice. Okay. Scorpion is $12. I was speaking to the owner of that the other day, and he's proactive in repairs and maintenance on that ride. Since he's brought it, he's invested about $250,000 upgrading it and maintenance it. He's painted it, he's changed the lighting package on it, he's redone the floor on it. As he was telling me, if they find one bolt that's looking a bit worn, they will replace 300 bolts. The hydraulic hoses that you can see on the arms and that, there's 85 hoses. They found one that was looking a bit worn, he replaced the 85 hoses. He said rather than the ride failing and people are riding it, he'll fix it before it breaks. Okay, Spook. $12 a person. Normally there's a creepy guy walks up and down there too. And if you don't know he's there, he'll scare the crappers out of you. Nitro, another West Australian owned ride. Shout out to Corey that's having a bit of a rest on the chair there. $15 a ride. Wave Swinger, another West Australian owned ride. It's $12 a ride. Bumper cars, West Australian owned as well. By all means, ride everybody. I'm just identifying ones that are West Australian. $12, 2 riders. The Untitled Circus. If you haven't seen our sneak peek from the media event, Scaryscooby does not ride rides. He does not. I went on that. I also went on the Ferris wheel. I wish I had. And it goes round and 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 round, and so does your stomach. And then you come out the bottom and your stomach's still going round. But it's a great place, not just for the kiddies. So let's see if we can find the price on the Enchanted Circus. Gotta love a laughing clown. Mrs. Scooby and I actually have no, I can't find the price on Enchanted Circus. Yeah, Mrs. Scooby and I, we actually have a replica laughing clown. We say replica, but it looks and it's the size of one of those. We have another 4 I've got to put together. There are 5 of us. I've seen a lot of children that have been disappointed. Parents, you need to find out what the height of your children is to whether they can ride the ride. It saves disappointment. Okay, we'll go down this way. And then I guess we'll have to double back to go down the rest of the way.
You guys have got 9 points. You can't get a card from one of these guys. I think I'll be the jewelry or the magic crew. That's it. If you guys
Sorry, I've had some difficulties with the phone tonight. It keeps stopping when I'm videoing. Sizzler. It's usually down at King's Carnival. It's West Australian owned. As I said, $10 a ride. And basically it's a cyclone. It's just not got the platform. So you're saving $2 a ride there. Wheel of Death, whatever they call it, Wheel of Death, Wall of Death. I haven't seen that going the whole time I've been here, but that's where it is if you're looking for it. Another set of bumper cars. I've brought a tripod tonight to record the fireworks, but I was too busy enjoying and recording the Midnight Express. Luckily having 2 phones, I've got some footage, but ride's more exciting than the fireworks. Alright. Okay. More laughing clowns, more kids games. There's the back of Enchanted Circus. Midnight Express I think was $12. G'day Anthony. Sorry, I'm actually too busy talking and watching where I'm going than watching the screen.
Let's do it!
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to come back. I'm thinking about it, and it depends on Mrs. Scooby because I do have commitments when it comes to her health, and everybody's been so lovely in regards to her. She's never, other than COVID last year, she's never missed a royal show in all her life that she can remember. And since we've been together, we've never missed one. We've always gone the first opening day every single year for 30-something years. And then I started doing the sneak peeks. And she wonders to a certain extent why I'm not as excited as I normally am. Well, when you walking around the show, watching the rides being put together, seeing all these things that nobody else is seeing, you get really excited. And that's what we hope we share with everybody else. The other thing is, every time I do a sneak peek, it's like going to the show. And I don't know about you guys, but at the end of going to the show, you're ready for something to eat, a movie, and a fall asleep. The Nitro definitely is a thrill ride. As I was saying before, that a lot of the operators are actually the people that put it together, so they know exactly what that ride is. They know its capabilities. They are restricted on its limits, but there's a lot of rides that they will actually run the ride at a slower speed until the end of the night. They need to keep it family friendly, because if they run at full speed, the chances are 99% of people would be sick. They wouldn't want to ride the ride again. So I was actually offered to go on the Nitro and I said, nope, not for me. Oh. It's amazing how much quieter it gets when you get away from Sideshow Alley. We'll go up to Kitty Land up here, and there's a drift bumper car up here, or dodgem cars, however you like to call them. I really must get together. We actually own Mrs. Scooby and myself. We own a bumper car. I think it's on YouTube. It actually comes from Luna Park in Melbourne, and we actually had Yogi from Outback Trackers bring it over from Melbourne. Never made it on the show, but the other thing with the particular bumper car we actually have, they had a 24-hour bumper car marathon, and the bumper car we actually own was the last car the young girl used in her bid to ride for 24 hours straight. She was changing cars during it, but the last car she rode is the one that we have. So, for anyone who doesn't know, basically a bumper car is normally around, runs on 90 volts to maybe 110. So when you see these masked musicians and, God, what's his name? Chris Angel, you know, he did one where he was on the back of a bumper car and suppose he had electricity going through his body. No, all he had was a metal rod going down his arm, down his back, down his leg, and he was just finishing off the circuit of 90 volts. So it wasn't anything terrific or really exciting. It's not like it's, you know, being stupid and plugging your finger into the power button, which I definitely don't recommend. But as I was saying when we first started the video, the channel has grown in the last, well, definitely in the last 3 weeks. It's always growing. It's always growing. Anybody who wants to start a YouTube channel, it can be hard work. If you put the effort in, if you put a lot more effort in than I do, you'll get somewhere a lot quicker. And one of the stupid things that I say to people is, when it comes to subscribers, once you start getting subscribers, you will get subscribers. Oh, excuse me. And saying that is, say in a month you get 5 subscribers, the next month you'll get 7 subscribers, the next month you might get 15, the next month might be 30. It's just weird that it's like people say, well, you've got subscribers, you must have good content, we'll subscribe to you. And that's why some of the bigger ones that are in the millions, they get 1,000 a day and they don't even notice it. But we're over 3,000. As I was saying, in the last 3 weeks, I think we've picked up 80-something subscribers. We appreciate everybody. This is a hobby for us. Anybody that's into cars, I video car events. There's one coming up on Wednesday if you're in the northern suburbs in Alkimos. Burgers and Steel Bumpers is what it's actually called. Even though it's a little location, some of the cars they get are absolutely just mind-blowing. It's a free event. Just rock up. If you've got a car that's nice, just park it up, and if people like it, normally I'll try and photograph anything that appeals to me, anything that's of my era, even if it's not a muscle car or anything like that. If it's something that I think's nice, or even that you don't see, might be a crappy old Toyota, I'll take a picture of it. So we'll try and get the video up of that, and I usually take lots of photos. Another one coming up, which because of the motoring event that's on at, I believe, sort of 24th-ish of October at Joondalup. The other one I regularly attend is Northern Steel car meets, usually at Bunnings at Joondalup, but this one they're going to have at Boasav, I believe, where the motoring things is. My wife feels envious of the people that live opposite the show. She says how lucky are they, get to see the showgrounds every day, get to see the fireworks from a vantage point. Mind you, my wife also thinks living next to an airport would be bloody great, but I can tell you, I like my sleep. For anybody who doesn't know and hasn't seen the end of our sneak peek videos, I've been putting up how many kilometres my phone's acknowledged I've done in the day. And roughly, a quick walk around the shows works out to be about 5 kilometres, 4.8, 4.5 kilometres, something like that, depending on what route you take. So, definitely a workout. Okay, so Kittyland's gone quiet, Wipeout's gone quiet. You could hardly see anything earlier when the fireworks finished. Everything was just so smoky. As much as I think that ride should be there because it's not really a family ride, it's more of a kiddie one. I do think it could have been put somewhere else, but this section of rides is West Australian owned. In the video I did earlier, I actually commented that I didn't realise that Lollipop is actually a clown. I hate clowns with a passion. My attitude is you don't know who really is behind that mask. Is it good or bad? You just don't know. Oh, it looks like the drift's going to be shut down too. Or are they working in the dark? I'll tell you what, you guys, you're actually amazing. I think you are the most people that have watched our lives the whole time we've had YouTube and done lives. Yeah, they've shut down as well. Where do you want to go now? Mrs. Scooby, are you online? Where do you want me to go? Hey, Sharon. Hi, Jackson. You want me to head towards Midnight Express? Okay. Might be a bit of a while to get there from here. I am a fast walker. I cannot stand with a passion also people that walk slowly. You know, they don't know where they're going, they don't know what they want to do, and you're just forever trying to get past them. Wife says I got road rage, but it's when it comes to walking. I don't know if anybody saw in the sneak peek we did, I put my head into the police pavilion thing that they've got set up. When I was walking around previously, it was just an empty shell, so I thought I'll go and have a look. And the police bike was in there, and it was looking nice. I went for a look, and then as I was walking out, a woman goes, "Can I help you?" I do what I usually do. It's a bit gumption of me. It's a bit, you know. I know you do, Mrs. Scooby. And I just flip my phone over because on the back of my phones, I have two phones if you don't know. One I usually video with, one I take pictures with. So if I'm walking along, I can multitask. And they both say Scaryscooby, Facebook, YouTube, now they say Instagram. And I showed her and I explained. She went, okay, that's great, thank you. So I've been lucky. If you haven't watched any of our abandoned videos, sometimes if people ask, I show the back of the phone, explain. And normally everybody's sweet. Went to a house tonight, and sadly it's a fire damaged house. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll show it to Mrs. Scooby and see what she wants to say. Mrs. Scooby is Sharon. She's also spooky ghost. Sadly, she's got some health issues, and a couple of years ago, someone turned around and said, "I know why your wife's name is Spooky Ghost." I said, "Why is that?" And they said, "Because nobody sees her." Even our neighbours, they didn't even know I had a wife. They thought it was just me. And it can get a bit funny when I'm buying things for my wife and I'm buying ladies' products and going and purchasing clothing for women and that. And I, depending on the attitude of the person selling stuff, I'll sometimes turn around and say, "I know it won't fit me, I've got to lose weight." As you can see, people are packing up, but they're also resetting, ready for tomorrow. Hopefully everybody, all these trade stores and side stores have been flat out. Mrs. Scooby wanted to get some more dogs, but I think we've got enough with our ones. They're getting old, but love them to pieces. Actually, it's a good thing. You said you couldn't find us, darling, but you found us, so I'm glad that's happened. We might have to pick up the pace when we get up the hill. For anybody who doesn't know, I am the wrong side of 50 and the wrong side of 100. So I'll leave you to work that one out. And as I get told many times, even though my brain is over 50, it still thinks it's 18, and sometimes the things I do, I should not do. But you live your life where you can. You'll regret it when you get older, I'll tell you that. Last year I helped the guy that has the gym buses, and friendly guy, and saw that he was going to be here this year, couldn't find him, but they've put them up there. I think that's a little bit out of the way, but I don't know what he's charged to store. He's got 2 buses there. Blacksmiths are the steam engines. Traction engines are always popular. Given the fact that the Telstra network went down and nobody could use anything, at times it makes you wonder, where would we be if electricity was non and void? Obviously we wouldn't have our iPads and iPhones, but I'm lucky that I'm old school and I was brought up about some of this stuff. So it's one of the things I like about watching, or I used to like watching about The Walking Dead. It was about survival. So if anything happened, you knew how to survive. Okay, this is where we started for anybody that wasn't here at the beginning. So we've done a leap at the main arena. This is West Australian owned. It's oh geez, I want to say their name, but I don't want to get it wrong, because a lot of the carnival amusement ride operator owners have very similar carnival amusements. So this is classed as Kids Luna Park. That's why it might look like Luna Park. Dream Center, which also has Luna Park embossed on it, or it did have at least somewhere. Storm, which I found out was an older ride, but because it's been painted, looks really schmick. I wouldn't necessarily say that to kiddie ride. Didn't see the drones tonight. Caught them on the media event. I was lucky to be invited to. Out of all the years that Scooby and Spooky Ghost have been promoting the Royal Show in our videos, our sneak peeks, it was the first time we acknowledged. I mean, even our normal videos I've stopped. We have, we're putting up 3 videos a week in generalised terms, different subjects, and we've got almost 3 months worth there that even if I don't do anything, there's still content for 3 months. We've stopped it to concentrate on the show. Anybody that caught my drive through the showgrounds, I mean that was about 3 weeks ago. The original, what we class as corn cob, I don't know what it's actually called, was demolished. It was gone. But obviously for hygiene and keeping up to date, they've got this, I think it's movable thing. I hope you're keeping up with the comments, Mrs. Scooby, because I'm only seeing them every now and then. Yeah, I was saying earlier, if anybody's doing a YouTube channel of their own, where possible, use your own music or get stuff that's copyright free. Last night we were putting together a video on the Power Surge, which is up on the channel, and spent about 2 hours trying to find music that would match the speed, match the lights, match the experience, the atmosphere, and found one that was perfect and uploaded it to YouTube, and YouTube said, no, you can't use that, it's copyrighted. And yet where I got it from clearly said it wasn't. So we had to start again. We just took the Star Wars intro off the beginning of it and tried that, which Mrs. Scooby told me to do 2 hours earlier, and it worked. The media event one, because of the drone footage, and they were using retail copyright music, I think we got nabbed 7 times for it. But sometimes you have to give freebies out, and it's just about the views. It's about showing people what they can experience themselves. It's not about trying to make something look good when it's not, trying to hype something up that it's not. we believe that we're straight shooters and tell it the way it is, and we leave it to people that watch to determine what saying is, whether it's worthwhile, whether it's not, whether it's real, whether it's not. Like our stuff, that's not manipulated. That is exactly how the phones have recorded it. Okay, we just got the end of Midnight Express, so we've got to wait for another load of patrons. I personally like coming around here. There's the owner of Midnight Express, Bill. Him and his son-in-law Leon run up. Bill and Leon led us on the media event on the Ferris wheel they also run. So I like standing here when Midnight Express is going. It is the best. It is so fast. If anyone doesn't know, the Rage, as I was showing earlier, is actually run on salt water. I don't know if that means that they run salt water rather than the hydraulic fluid. But I'm glad the phone hasn't crashed. I've had troubles with it tonight, crashing on videos. Minor upgrades. Last ride. I think Bill wants to finish it up early today. Yeah. Oh, we walked back and there's no more. What else are we going to go and see then? Alibaba's still going. If anybody hasn't seen, we actually have a setup of Supernova, which is the same ride, just different theme. That's apparently been sold to Queensland.
Really easy to play, really easy to win.
Top Gun, which is a single arm Ranger, Shockwave. Power Surgeon's the same as Black Widow, I think it is, at Adventure World. There's a certain YouTube person, he thinks he's a personality. Didn't even mention about that ride. I don't know why. Gravitron, as I've said, great ride, great owner, great operator. There's two more of the local showmen from Sideshow Amusements. Great family they are. Last ride's on Power Surge as well. People want to go home.
Take your time and hurry up. Yellow. Grab tickets, let's go.
Should we hang around here and watch Power Surge? It was good to see too, the queues for Dr. Scary's was quite long again this year. Last year when we came it was doubling up on itself. So hopefully everybody's going there and enjoying it. Anybody that watches a bit of YouTube, does that look like Rockin' Demo? Yeah, well, we didn't have Mega Drop this year. Hopefully it comes back. Hopefully there's some enticement. I guess when the Melbourne show's on about the same time, you know, and over there they have so many more events in local, and you know, we're over here, we're miles away from everybody. You know, it can cost them $6,000 to move from one side of the country to the other just to put on a show. And then they're here for, you know, in reality, like 2 weeks setting up and the actual event. That's more money they've got to pay out. There's another showman with the khaki hat on, that's David. He owns King's Carnival and Dr. Scary's and Sizzler and a bunch of other rides. Come on. Oh, don't use that if you ever make a video. Are you ready? You'll get pinged on that one too. Right, where should we stand? Officer Plod's doing their job. We have 2 people on there. I tell you, you just got to love the lights, the sounds, the smell of the Perth Royal Show. It's a shame it can't be on more than once a year. Mrs. Scooby and I would love that something could get organised, maybe from mid-December to the end of January on Langley Park, something like that, and get all the WA showmen and I guess even the Eastern States ones to come and set up there and have some type of wristband scenario where you can ride for the day or pay for individual rides. It would be magnificent. Warmer weather, people on holidays. It has been busier. We came on Saturday and it seems because of the grand final, people stayed away. I got here at 7 o'clock and literally it was shoulder to shoulder. I could hardly move. And apparently, if you don't know and you weren't here earlier, the Telstra network went down. So FPOS machines and ATMs to get cash out stopped. But also, if you weren't here earlier, Speed's dropped their price from 25 to 20 bucks. At least today they have. Someone said the power surge was 25. It's not, it's 12. Most of the rides are 12 to $15 for the extreme rides. And some do offer, if you buy 2 tickets, you get a different price. So I think X-Coaster is $13 a ticket, or 2 for 25. Yeah, you're saving $1, but it's still $1 saved. So anybody also doesn't know, as much as Scaryscooby is a small channel, we do have that rapport with the showmen, and a lot of the showmen actually do watch our videos. They do actually watch what goes up on our Facebook page. Even the Slingshot made a comment to say they apologise that they weren't coming over. That's on our page as well. So by all means, comment on our stuff, and the actual showman may actually read it, see it. They may take it on board. You never know. So Dr. Scary's is now gone for the night. The big ghost train, I think that's closed, yep. Be waiting a while for that ride. Triple XL I think was 20 bucks a ticket. I guess it's up to the individuals. I think Nitro was 12 or 15. So, you know, I don't ride the rides, but similar should rides, but difference in prices. Speed 1 and Speed 2. So Cyclone's a lovely ride to watch. The lights just mesmerise you. We videoed that last year. We actually videoed a couple of times. And one of the times we did it, we added some copyright music which I modified slightly. And every time my wife and I hear that song now, it just takes us back. Cyclone's gone to sleep too. At the moment, Rage is still going. Yeah, well, that's for sure. The Triple XL is definitely one of those rides that I guess you will have to experience. Extreme Thriller was another one that didn't come over this year. One that's not going to come over for some time is Space Roller. Other ones that people have asked about was the Claw, Shockwave, Super Bowl, Super Trooper. One that is really popular on the channel is the Zipper.
You've got to be in it to win it to get the pick of the big prizes. So step right up, step right in and grab a winning lucky number today.
What does everybody think about the Ghost Train being taken away? Even though it was certified as being safe, one person said no, it's not, so they said no, it can't go ahead. And there's a great possibility that it's going to be removed because the owners pay to store that there, and if they can't use it, what's the point of storing it? So we can understand what the concerns are, but if it's been checked, you know, it's a bit hard to know any different. Here's the owner of the Scorpion. He's a great gentleman. He's the gentleman that was telling me all about what him and his wife have done to the ride because it is a family-owned business. They came over, they stopped off at Coolgardie, did a bit of an event there, trying to help the local community, try and help local business. As he explained to me, if they're going somewhere, they try and actually pay for the stuff to be done where they're going rather than doing it basically in your own backyard. Nitro's gone to sleep. Wavestoner's gone to sleep. To sleep. I wonder if he'll let me. I was going to ask Corey about do I walk around the ride while it's off, but that's a bad thing because then people think that you might be able to do it and you can't. I will bend the rules sometimes, but sometimes I actually respect what is necessary. As has just been seen with what happened in Melbourne with the Rebel roller coaster, which I believe originally was the Python Loop that was here, which is where X-Coaster is now, and it was rethemed and named the Nitro, and I believe it's now Rebel. The operators of that ride now, while investigations are going ahead, can't make any money off that ride. They are going to be investigated to how, why, what, when, that somebody made a decision to do something, even though there's barriers. And as was explained to me by the gentleman from the Scorpion, in the UK, they don't have all these barriers up to stop people because it seems people in the UK know you don't put your finger somewhere it's not supposed to be. But in Australia, everything's got to be about protecting everybody from themselves. So, all right.
Sorry, boss.
Sorry, you're right. Yeah, well, I'm not sure. She fell out. She went on there. I don't know. You know, as Mrs. Scooby knows, and some of the others that might, excuse me, my nose is running, be watching on the channel. there's somebody else on YouTube that for some reason decides to unclip his safety belt on an amusement ride. It's got the over-shoulder harness, but it also has a safety one as well to stop people sliding out and injuring themselves if anything was to happen to them, or the harness was to let go. And his reasoning is, it was never going to happen to him. Well, nobody knows if it is or not going to happen. But again, he's not protecting somewhere that he supposedly loves. And this is the bottom line, that's what I'm saying. You know, I know my boundaries, I get permission on certain things. Other than that, I come and do the sneak peeks. I wear a high-vis vest so that people can see me. When the show actually does get up and running, as in more towards the actual D-Day of the show starting, I will start wearing enclosed shoes, even though I'm a thongs and t-shirt type of guy. Because it's about being respectful, it's about protecting myself, and also trying to show that I'm considering where I am, that if anything was to happen, I've taken protections myself. But it looks like the Rage is about the only ride that's still going at the moment.
Fully guilty. Take me now. Take him away.
I know it's only on once a year to this extreme, but the local showmen do events around the place. Now we do have, which I will hopefully, fingers crossed, get sneak peeks on, the Wanneroo show, the Canning show, the Kelmscott show, and the Osborne Park show. Yeah, did I say Osborne Park twice? Oh well. If I can, I'll try and get any other things that's happening, whether it's a carnival fever. Never done an Oktoberfest. Don't know if I'll be able to do that. So no, it hasn't gone to sleep. Scorpion is still going. The owner was telling me that when he puts it into Scorpion sting mode, it really takes off.
That's right, let's take it to the sky and stop the clock.
Hopefully you do, Anthony. I wish I was younger and I wish I could ride the rides. I never used to have a fear of heights, but sadly at old age, even that skips me these days. I mean, the operator told me, the owner, how smooth it was, but you can actually see how smooth it is. You know, you can't hear it, whereas, you know, merely as part of the charm of the Rage, you can hear that clanging away. This, it's just like ballet almost, isn't it? It's mesmerising.
Grab a ticket now for your chance to win You get 5 chances to win here today. We give away plenty of big prizes.
21 years, the gentleman that comes over and puts this ride together, he's been doing
Grab a
for,
lucky number now.
just for one event. They come over, they get this out of the semi-trailers, they're in the trailers, not the trucks, and put it together. They're here for 7 days, pack it up, they go home and they wait till another year to come back again.
Inside the showgrounds, ladies and gentlemen, you get the big chances to win here for $5.
We were asked, did we know about the chairlift? I don't know why the chairlift actually wasn't running. In the sneak peeks it was, whether there was an issue with it, I'm not sure, but well, the thing is, that's why they are thrill rides. There's a certain amount that, fingers crossed, nothing that happens to anybody, but there's always that fear that something will, and that's why people ride them. They want that adrenaline, they want that excitement, and sorry, I'm not that type of person. As I said earlier, I went on Enchanted Circus at the media event and come down the slide, and as much as the slide went round and round and round, and at the bottom I stopped, my stomach didn't, it just kept going round and round. And then I went on the big wheel Ferris wheel, and my stomach almost came up to say hi a couple of times. It was only a short one, so thank God. Got some great footage of the show at night with no lights on.
Last chance to go. Last ride.
Okay, last ride for the Scorpion. Should we wait for that, or should we just end it? What should we do? We've been actually going almost an hour on this live. Wow, that's amazing. Bit more gossip, bit more trivia, bullshit, whatever you want to call it. As a lot of you know, I run 2 phones normally. Well, I do. One I video with, one I photo with. And my wife recently upgraded. She got the new phone, and I was in a dilemma. Do I keep my iPhone 11 Pro, which had brilliant battery life, and my second phone at that stage was the iPhone 12, which is useless for battery. And we've upgraded, and I end up selling my 11 off. And normally the 12 is now doing the photos, the 13 is doing the videos, and taking photos and having it on standby. That phone died, and the 13 still had a lot more life, and yet it was on standby and videoing, and I use it to tether the data to the other phone, and the 13's got a better battery life than the 12, and the 11 had a better battery life than the 12. Shall we go closer?
Yeah, that's right. Sit back and start to fly. Scorpion style. Here we go.
That's a good thing. Being scared of the dark. Sadly, the brain is a very powerful thing, and if you let your brain take over, it can cause you very, very huge amounts of grief. I am still scared of the dark. I don't like ghosts, and anybody who's seen ghost videos can hear the terror in my voice a lot of the time. And one of the last times I went into an abandoned doctor's surgery that's haunted, and it is haunted by the demon. It really, really is. We're never going back. We were told to leave by EVP, we were told to leave by the ghost tube app, and multiple times EVPs, get out, leave, all this stuff. And, we had watched the remake, it's not really a remake, it's a sequel to The Shining, And in there's this creepy old woman in a bathtub. And my brain just kept seeing this creepy old woman when I saw the bathtub at this house. How beautiful is that?
Yeah, that is the brakes, that is all folks. Thank you for riding. Please remain seated until safety bars are unlocked. And please watch your step flex to the right. That's right, we exit through the exit gate, the opposite gate to the edit from.
Well, any of you who do go, by all means, put your pictures up on private message or put them on one of the posts on Scaryscooby on Facebook. If you're not following us on Facebook, please do. For anybody that's not following us on Instagram, please do. We follow everybody back on Instagram. Love getting feedback, love communicating with everybody. You know, we're very lucky, as my wife was saying earlier, you know, to have an understanding. Hang on. I don't drink. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't have fun. If you see these two at the show, tell them hi, and if you can, bring them a beer. They'd love it for when they finish work.
Good on you guys. See you later.
So yeah,
Good one.
even at this time of night, we've still got 8 people watching live.
That's right.
So, and you're gonna have a bit of a rest and start all again tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So-
I'm bright and early, 6 o'clock. Boom.
So you got a swag here, or did you go home?
Caravan.
So you've got upgraded living quarters.
Yes. Yes. Some are in swags, but we're not.
All right, thanks for doing a great show anyway. See ya. Love speaking to the showman. Gentleman on the right is Corey. You'll find him, depending on what event's on, operating the wave swinger, operating the nitro. As I said, he puts the ride together. He could just about do him in his sleep. So we do try. I guess it's talking about the brain having been a powerful thing. I have a bit of, I guess, OCD. I don't like being repetitive. I don't like showing the same things over and over again. If I can, like with the sneak peeks, I'll try and video something different every single time, just a bit of different content, whether that's inside a pavilion, whether that's trying to show inside basically a ride, like Dr. Scary's. I have to catch up with the owner of King's Carnival and see if I can get an update on that, because Mandurah wants its land back and they don't want to renew the lease for King's Carnival. So I've got to find out whether that is or not. Oh, pardon me. But no, another thing that a lot of you guys may not know, we started the YouTube channel Video and Amusement Rides, and then due to COVID, the rides slowed down, so I started doing car shows, and that at times got cut down. So then I started doing abandoned properties. There are so many in Perth, you just got no idea, some lovely homes. And what I found is I can go to a car event and have people come up to me and start talking about abandoned places. And I can go to an amusement thing and get people talking about cars, talking about abandoned places, talking about ghosts. And there's a connection, and there's whether it's like a rubberneck effect of people that are interested and want to know about stuff but are not willing to do it themselves, which I can understand. I still have a hard time doing a lot of what I do. But, you know, as I've always said, with a number of factors in life, don't give what you can't afford to give, even if that's mental. So if you don't have the money, don't give it. If you can't support somebody, don't give it. You can only give what you can afford to give, because as much as you can be a nice person, which Scaryscooby has had recently with spooky ghosts, we are nice people. We're brought up in an area where you do things for others, you look out for others, you support others. But sadly, this day and age, you get bitten in the arse and you can't support that person or those group of people anymore. You know, it's okay about give and take, but sometimes when take is more than give, you have to question it. And when you know there's ulterior motives, it's just not worth it. But I've appreciated. We're still at 7 watching at the moment. As I said, I'm amazed that people are still listening to me waffle on, and hopefully Sharon's been making the odd comment as well. Love the showgrounds. Anyone who doesn't know also, I used to work for, I'm going to say a word now, and it's that old, Telecom. So it was Telecom and then it turned into Telstra before I had to resign. And even then we would come here and set up phones for businesses and that were here short term. So for me, I've been coming to the showgrounds for a long time. Sharon's been coming here since, we can't say when Jesus was born because she's not that old. She's a gorgeous girl. Even to this day, I still say I'm married above my class, and I'm amazed that she's still in my life. I don't do selfie lives because I would turn everybody off, and that's not an attention seek scenario. That is a personal point of view. You know, I'm not vain far from it. You know, it is what it is. So you're lucky that I actually speak because I hate my voice as well. But in a lot of my videos I don't speak because I have the attitude, if you don't know, don't say. But when you've been hanging around the showmen and the showgrounds, you start to learn a lot. This year we've met a few of the Royal Agricultural Society staff. They've been very nice. But I do not know why the chairlift is not running. Maybe it's that old that it needs to be refurbished and it's going to cost too much to do. I mean, it's out in the elements 24/7, heat, rain, can't say snow. Mrs. Scooby would love to see snow, maybe one day. Mind you, Mrs. Scooby wants to go somewhere it's colder. And Mr. Scooby's like, no, give me somewhere that's warmer. I'd rather be hot and naked than cold and not wanting to do wee-wees. Sorry if it was on pause. Battery's at 10%. It's not done too bad, the poor old phone. Yes, thank you everyone for watching. Please, like, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified of the crap we put up. If you enjoy our stuff, please let other people know. We're not affiliated with anything we do. Occasionally, I might be offered a pass to get in free, but usually I've already bought a ticket. Mrs. Scooby and I always pay our way. The media event was a free event, but I've been offered a few of the rides, but as I say, I don't ride the rides. But again, I would still rather support the showmen and pay them for what I do. We've got Halloween Fest coming up in Mandurah at King's Carnival. I was invited to that last year. I think it's Greenfields. I don't know if they put it on this year. There's a small private family that put on a bit of a scare attraction. Last year I think it was only $10. I was invited there, but I still paid. And that actually wasn't too bad. Admittedly, I went through quickly because I don't like scary things. I don't like scary movies. They're all based on real life. I mean, even good old Freddy Krueger. It was about people dying in their sleep and then become a movie. You know, there are real serial killers out there. There's real nutcases out there, real nut jobs. So, Oh, I like that. Not the girl, just the fact of minimum height. It's a bit rude, isn't it? Maximum height. And the name of that ride is Wipeout. Yeah, okay. So much difference when it goes quiet. So hopefully sneak peeks have shown everybody what rides are here, where they are, so they can plan their day. We do have on our Facebook page a sort of rough guide on what the prices are, the price list on the stuff. But as I said, it has changed. Speed being $20, a couple of the rides offering 2 tickets for 25. The showmen have tried to keep their prices down all these years. For years they were $10 a ride. That's why at times when you get these carnival fevers and things like this that go for a couple of hours and you can ride all you want, you know, if you said, oh, it was $10 a ride, well, 3 rides you paid for your ticket, but you can do another 6, 7 rides if you're quick enough to get on and queue up. But I'm going to phone you on FaceTime, Mrs. Scooby, like I always do when I get to the car, because the phone's going to die anyway. I appreciate everyone that's watching and watched us. As I said, it's just done as a hobby, and people like to watch what we do. We don't try and manipulate things. We don't try and make you see a point of view any way other than what it is. What I class as is walkthroughs. If I go to a card event, I walk around. You get to see it, you get to choose whether, hey, that's what I'd like to go and see myself. The show's the same. Abandoned properties, walkthroughs. Might not be your cup of tea, might think that's interesting, but we try not to do anything other than what it is, you know. Knowingly, we do not add noises, scares. We don't have stupid comments like, what was that, when there was nothing there. We don't use dramatic music. As I said, the only one that was this year that we've done so far was the power surge to get rid of the Star Wars intro. So we put something else there, and that's just purely for copyright. And we're over 3,000 subscribers. It's been a fight to get there with YouTube. And Mrs. Scooby can vouch for that. They've given us monetization, taken away, given it, taken away, for the same reasons that they gave it and took it away. And as I said, it's a hobby. It's, I think financially, when we get, because you get paid out on the 22nd of the month, which is for the month before, so to speak. So we just had a payout on the 22nd of September that was for August. We've got a payout on the 22nd of October, which will be for September, which will be basically from the show videos. So out of all the thousands of views and the hours we put into it, I think the money that we'll get on the 22nd of October would have paid for 3 tickets to the show, and we are pensioners, and also the fuel, and I believe some of what Mrs. Scooby brought. She brought some things so that she has memories of the show. Our house is literally covered in amusement theme park type stuff, laughing clowns, knickknacks from Luna Park, bright colourful things. Outside, you know, we've got the laughing clown, the bumper car, we've got banners, we've got amusement, arcade type things. I was given a top of a bowling ball game by the owners of King's Carnival, Dr. Scary's. I've got to find some time to see if I can wire that up and put that somewhere in as well, because we just live the life almost that much. So, for you suckers are still watching, we've been on for 75 minutes, so what's that, an hour and 15? And We appreciate every single one of you. You are worth more than you know. And if anybody tells you any different, tell them to go and get stuffed, even if it's in your mind. And another trick that my wife and I learned over all these years, find something that you know that nobody else knows. And when you're having a hard time, think about that thing that they don't know and have a little laugh to yourself. Because knowledge is power and power is knowledge. Stupid saying, but like coming to the sneak peek, if I've shown you something that somebody that you know didn't know about, you're more powerful than them because you know that. And that's something that can give you an uplift in the day and an uplift for the rest of your life. You've just got to find that one thing that when you're on a downer, you think about that you know that somebody else doesn't. And it makes life worth it. But go and find your own things that you need to do to enjoy, whether it's coming to the show, whether that's on, where are we? What's today? What is today? I don't even know what today is. I tell you, the whole week's been a blur, the last 2 weeks. You know, Mrs. Scooby and I, we got home Saturday night and we said, we'll just have a lay down for 5 minutes. I think we were gone for about 7 hours. And then we had to get up and do everything we needed to do and we wanted to go back to bed again. But yeah, it's on until Friday. Try and get down here. And if you do, as I said, get over onto Facebook, put your pictures up, message them and I'll share them, or I might even create a post for everybody to put their pictures up and share the love around. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And please, keep coming back. We appreciate it. Oh, it's Monday, is it, Mrs. Scooby? Okay, so that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. They can still come to the show. All right, catch you later.